Alright, what's up everybody? This is Cosmic with JavaScript Crash Course Part 3. This one we are going to create objects. I'm going to take you on how to create them, then create the methods, and I'm even going to show you how to access the different properties. Okay, let's get started. Alright, what is OOP in JavaScript? OOP in JavaScript is a programmer's practice of writing their code in a way that the code is grouped into related code blocks, code classes, or objects. Why it is important? It makes the code maintainable, reusable, easy to read, saves the programmer's time during debugging. Yeah, it's a time saver, and actually it can help you from crashing your computer. Punching at your computer. So how we do it? Okay, we create an object. That's the first method. We can create a group as an object. Then we can give it several methods inside. Okay, the other one is to create a constructor function. Okay, a constructor function. Fire up your text editor and let us see how it works. Alright, now you remember this code? Yeah, I know you remember this code. This is where we were working on this is what we were working on in our last few projects. Not really few, the last two lessons actually. So you remember this part? That was our index HTML. This was our CSS. That was our styling script. And then this was our JavaScript. Now as you can see here, I have a new JavaScript file called objects.js. It's an empty file. We are going to put all our object oriented work there. So instead of having index.js, let me now refer to that, to objects. Let me refer to objects, and then because we're not going to be using this from this time around, I'm going to comment it out. And then what we're going to do is that we're going to reload the page that we had, and then yeah, it should give us an empty page again. An empty page should give us an empty page. Before we continue, I want to explain a few things here now. Here we're talking about two methods. The two methods are creating an object, and then we have the constructor functions. So what we're going to do, the first one, we're going to start with the object method. Now, how do you create an object? You just create it like it's a variable. Okay, now let us decide on what we're going to create on. Like our object is going to measure, and or maybe it's going to be more inclined to the path that we had earlier taken on users registration and login. So here we're going to have simple users object, and then we're going to assign it to an object. So the users is a variable, but then we are assigning it we make it an object. How do we make it an object? By opening and closing the curly braces. Now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to add the properties. The properties are maybe assume you're having the users. We're going to have the properties like the username. We're going to have the properties like the username. So we're going to have this dot we could even have this dot username, or we really do not have to have that. Okay, you can even just write username, and then you're going to use a full colon, and you can have something like cosmic. Then we can have password, a full colon. Then we can have 1 through 9, save it. And then we just added their data. We could also have something like a function. We could nest a function inside an object. So this one is called a method. Okay, a function inside a method is called inside an object is called a method. A function inside an object is called a method. So we are going to have another one called get user details. Get user details is going to be a function. So you're going to have function something, and then you're going to have something like alert, hello, username is, and then you're going to concatenate it with the user. So this dot username, Now this keyword is going to refer to this object, the this keyword is going to refer to this object. So the reason we're having this error is because we really need to have a comma there. Save your work, and then what we are going to do here, we are going to we can come here and do something like not to get feedback or to have something to display. You can use users dot get user get user details, and then just a function, you put the brackets or the parentheses. Now when we refresh, now hello, your username is Cosmic. Hello, your username is Cosmic. Now when we come and change here, these are the goodness of them. This is how beautiful objects are. Now when you change something here, you do not have to change the whole of your code. Like you can have a new one called Betty. Seamless username. Hello, your username is Betty. We could also have something like we will have something like Patrick, and then we will have something like yeah, or another one we could have something like Moses. Yeah, those guys from the Bible. Yeah, you see, when you change that, you really do not have to rewrite your code and go around changing everything. That's the beauty of it. Now but this one, as you can see, is a very static way of doing this, because you really have to come and change here always. And maybe you can even have some others, like we can have the gender and so on and so forth. So the best way to do this is to the best way to do this is to the best way to do this is to create a dynamic kind of an object whereby you can collect data dynamically. So you do that by using a constructor function. A constructor function is something like this. So I'm going to show you how to write a constructor function. So how do you write a constructor function? So how to do it, I'm just going to comment the whole of this code, the code that we've been using. I'm going to comment it out, and then I'm going to write the constructor function here. So it's just the same way that we have been writing functions in index or JavaScript. As you can see, here we had this function. Okay, this was the function that was going to process the event submit the click event. Okay, what we are going to do here, we are going to create such a function, but this time around it's going to be a special kind of a function. Just use the function keyword, just use the function keyword, and we're going to call it the same thing that we were doing. So we're going to call it users. We're going to call it users, and then because it's a function, it has the three parts. It has this part, the definition of the name of the function. Then we have this part where we have them the parentheses, and then we have the curly bracket. So what I'm going to do here, because it's a function, and then we want it to have these properties. Because we want it to have that properties, we're going to pass those properties as parameters. So a parameter is everything or anything that you pass in between the parentheses of a function. That is what is called a parameter. Parameter is what we are going to pass, what we are going to pass in between the parentheses of our function. So here we are going to pass the username, and then we are going to pass the password, and actually they are of type any. So if you hover, you're supposed to see that the parameter is of type any. So what we're going to do, because it's going to be a constructor function, what we're going to do, we're going to assign the username variables to whatever the user enters. So we're going to use the this keyword. So we're going to say this dot users dot username. This dot username is going to be assigned to now that value here, the value that is going to be passed on. So what we're going to have here, we're going to have username, you're going to have the username, and then you're going to have a semicolon. Then you're going to have this dot password is equals to password. The password that's going to be passed by the user. Then you can also have a method. We can have a method, and then the method is just the same. This dot maybe get user details, get user details. It's going to be a method, and it's going to be a method which is actually a function. So function, an anonymous function. An anonymous function is a function that does not really have a name. Okay, so let me remove this. Yeah, I'm having a problem of typing that thing out. Yeah, I'm in the correct place. So here I'm going to alert something. Alert. I'm going to alert. Oh, return. I'm going to return. Let me return. Return. I'm going to return something like your, yeah, grammatically correct English. Your username is, then you're going to go to concatenate it with this dot user name, this dot username. Okay, and then because up to that point we're done, we can create a new object. We can create a new object of our constructor function. So we'll create a new object. So to create a new object, you just come and say var new user, comma case, var new user is equals to new, and then you're going to use users. Okay, new users, because that's the constructor function that we're accessing. And then you're going to pass in the what? You're going to pass in the, then you're going to pass in the username, which we could pass cosmic, and then you can have the password, which is 1 through 9. And then now to get something on the browser, maybe we can alert something. So we can alert new user, alert new user dot get user details, and then see your work, and then let us come and refresh. So page is lagging. Now you see your username is cosmic. So let us change it. Let us change it in there. Let us change it here. Cosmic, maybe Alicia. Your name is Alicia. Could also have something like Ariana Grande. Yeah, your username is Ariana Grande. So up to that point, I hope you can now be able to choose that. You can even understand that this is better, because actually this one, here we had to change. We had to change the values of the properties inside the object, but here we really do not have to do that. We just have to create a constructor function, then create a new object on the function, on the constructor function, and then we can do what? Then we can really, like when you're logging in, like we could say we could first, okay, let us now try and get this data from somebody, or from the user. Like we could do this. We could create a prompt. You remember that we were using a prompt. So our username, or let me say my username is equals to, so we're going to prompt the user. We're going to prompt the user to put in some text. So what is your username? The username. What is your username? Then you can have the password, or my password. I just don't want to mix up my variables. For my password is equals to prompt. Then you can have what is your password, and then okay, it's a question, so we need to put some question mark. Okay, now we can have, instead of having to pass this static data here, we could pass variables. We could pass variables like my username, and this one can be my password. my password, then we can alert that. Okay, so what we're going to do here, we're just going to do that. So what is your username? My name is Cosmic, and then you can say okay, what is your password? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Yeah, so then your username is Cosmic. What if we try something else? Maybe we'll try something. What is your username? My username is Jeremy. Jeremy. And it's Jeremy, and then what is your password? Blah blah. It doesn't have to be. Yeah, your username is. And so as you can see, this is how cool it is now using objects. So this is just the basics. As a beginner, I'm trying to just make sure that you are very close and in touch with objects, because you will really going to need objects, because as you go, you're going to have your code becoming bigger and bigger. You're going to have thousands and thousands of lines of code. So if you do not learn these practices, it's gonna be terribly bad for you. It's gonna be bad for you because you will not be able to maintain your code. You're going to have issues of maintaining your code, error management. You're going to have issues, and sometimes JavaScript can give you some very silent errors. So if you do not do this, you might develop something or some problems in the future. Okay, so I'm going to wrap it at that point. So that's the end of this JavaScript crash course. I was your presenter. I was presenting the whole thing. My name is Cosmic. So what I'm going to request, just like the video, subscribe, and see you in the next tutorial. So the next few tutorials I'm going to cover, I'll be covering TypeScript. I'm also going to cover not Angular.js. That one is obsolete by now. So I'm going to cover Angular.js, and I'm also going to cover React.js, and then I'm going to cover Vue. Those are some of the most famous frameworks and libraries in use right now. Angular is a cool tool. Okay, then we're also going to cover some few things. So I'll be teaching some other frameworks like Ionic. I'll also be teaching some other languages like C Sharp. We're also going to have sockets, and actually we're going to have some web sockets. We're also going to have some Java, Python, and Python TKenter, and we're also going to do this as we go. So just subscribe to my channel, stay tuned. I'll be dropping a video, at least 3 videos in a week. Okay, yeah, so be ready and subscribe so that you can get the new so that you can get the new videos as they come. I mean, you could get the notifications. Okay, so how was it? I hope you liked my videos. You can give me some comments if you want me to improve on something on the comment section. If you want me to improve something, or you want me to give you a tutorial on something, or if you want a clarification on something, you can just drop your issues on the comments section. So I'm going to give out my email. So that you can even send me an email. Okay, yeah, and let's wrap it at that, and see you next time.